They gathered with one voice, a desperate call for help to stop the deportation of the Rohingya community.
I really scared. As last night I spoke my mother. When I spoke with my mother, she screamed. She was asking help from me. That she was saying like she is about to die. All her neighboring villages have been burned down. Lot of innocent people are being slaughtered.
This man's brother has lodged a petition at the Supreme Court to halt the Indian government's plans to send the Rohingya refugees back to Myanmar.
I am a human being first. I am born in this world, so I am sure I belong to some country. I agree that I am a citizen of Myanmar, but Myanmar doesn't agree. So what nationality am I? The Indian government wants to send us back to Myanmar, but before that, the killing should be stopped.
There are 40,000 Rohingya living across 6 states in India. Many families are in slums on the outskirts of the cities. With no government handouts, conditions are dire, but they say it's better than what they could expect in Myanmar. In the past 2 weeks, 120,000 Rohingya have fled violence and persecution in Myanmar, most crossing the border into Bangladesh. The Rohingya in India know the place they once called home is not where they want to return to. The Supreme Court has asked the Indian government to respond to the petition against their deportation by September 11.
Under the principles of international law, these people cannot be sent back to Myanmar because the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, the UN Committee for Human Rights, all of them, and including our own National Human Rights Commission, have said that they would be in serious danger, and therefore they fulfill all the conditions which are required for the principle of non-refoulement.
Human rights lawyers say India's policy has always been to welcome refugees that are minorities who are being persecuted. They're allowed to stay until humane arrangements can be made for them to return home. Many are now questioning why that policy has changed. Some analysts say commercial interests may have something to do with it. Myanmar plays a huge part in the Indian government's Look East policy, which focuses on the Asia-Pacific region. Now, India shares a 1,600-kilometer border with Myanmar and has been looking to increase trade connections, seeing it as a gateway to Southeast Asia. There's been international condemnation of the treatment of Rohingya, but critics say little action has been taken. India's Prime Minister is currently on a 2-day trip to Myanmar, a visit that's being watched very closely to see how it will impact the future of Rohingya in India. Divya Gopalan, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.